Well, students, today we are going to discuss the most likely questions of paper 1, philosophy of education. In fact, last year paper of philosophy of education. So we start, first question, uh, define any three functions of philosophy of education, right? Philosophy of education you already have done, isn't it? So basically, what is a philosophy of education? When philosophy is drawn out from the educational practices, yeah, institution, it is called philosophy of education. And you are well aware of that. Okay, these questions came in the last year paper. Basically, philosophy of education is a philosophical interpretation of education. It is a branch of the philosophy which discusses education and its related issues from philosophical point of view, right? Means it studies the education in a philosophical manner. Okay, and there are different philosophy of educations कौन सी हैं, like idealism, pragmatism, naturalism, and realism, right? So the question is, any three functions of philosophy of education you have to explain. So under this topic, when these questions come, short answer questions we are doing. Okay, so first of all, you have to define the philosophy of education. Then you have to define the three functions of philosophy of education, right? The number first functions, determining the aims of education. It is a philosophy of education, okay, which provides the, educational aim, which provides the aims to the education, because it gives the different views about and provide the education according to the need of the society, right? You have to write this. And second, harmonizing old and new tradition. Okay, because it is, mostly it is said that, old thing is outdated, and new we have to adopt. But sometimes how we have to make the, coordinations between the old and new things. So this thing helps, philosophy of education helps in this thing. It coordinates between and maintain harmony between the both. Okay, as well as the third function of philosophy of education, it provides educational planner, administrator, and educator with the progressive vision to achieve educational development. So guys, under this heading, you have to write the definition of a Spencer. Spencer has said that only a true philosopher can give a practical shape to education. Philosophers solve education problems in philosophical manner. As the Tagore has said that teacher should be a friend, philosopher, and guide. So you can, first of all, if this question comes, define any three functions of philosophy of education. So first of all, you have to define the philosophy of education. What is philosophy of education? Okay, you can give the one definitions, and after that, you have to define three functions with 3-4 lines, right? And this question, this answer, it should be at least 2 pages. Okay, suppose one page contains one page on, both side, one page on the both side, or 2 pages, right? You have to write in that way, right? We are discussing the last year important questions, last year paper of MEd paper 1, philosophy of education, right? And second is, if the questions, last year questions came, concepts of metaphysics. Okay, in a short answer. Okay, first we are discussing the short answer. Later on, we will discuss the, long answer questions. Okay, you have to prepare these questions for the paper 1. Okay, metaphysics. This questions comes, so first of all, you have to write that metaphysics, it is a branch of the philosophy, which talks about the reality, which talks about the theory of reality. And what are the metaphysical questions are? Metaphysical questions are, what is the reality? What is God? Whether the God exists or not? What is time? And what is the meaning of a life? Suppose you want to find out these kind of questions. So these kind of questions, you get the answer from the metaphysics. Metaphysics, which is a branch of a philosophy, talks about theory of reality, right? You have to elaborate this. You have to write the, metaphysical questions. And one more thing, guys, important. In every question, whether you are attempting short answer questions or long answer question, you have to give the conclusion. Conclusion is must, right? Suppose if you define the answer of these questions in a 2 pages, so at least conclusion should be of a 5 or 6 lines. Okay, what is a conclusion? Conclusion, it is like a summary. Whatever you have defined, you have to summarize and you have to write over that, right? And don't forget to give the conclusions, right? Next question, this question also came last year. Any 3 aims of naturalism, right? Define the 3 aims of the naturalism. So when this question comes, okay, so don't start writing directly the 3 aims of naturalism. Okay, first of all, little bit you have to define about the naturalism, right? Even you can define the 1 or 2 definitions of naturalism, right? For example, naturalism may you have to define that naturalism is a philosophy which was given by the Jean-Jacques Rousseau, right? And according to the naturalism philosophy, everything has originated from the nature. Okay, nothing is beyond the nature and nothing is behind the nature. So you have to define first of all naturalism, right? Naturalism do not have faith in God and divine spirit. You know that we have covered that. Okay, then after that, after defining the naturalism and one definition at least, then you have to define 3 aims of naturalism. Okay, the 3 aims of means aims of education given by the naturalism. ठीक है, इसका मीनिंग यही है, self expression, child centered and freedom of the child. Okay, you have done that. Naturalism is based upon the on the nature, basically, because they believe that, they firmly believe that everything has come from the nature, right? Self expression, so they want to say that education should be such type, there should be a development of a self expression. This is the naturalism. Now he has said that let the child learn from the nature. Okay, and naturalism also said that do not put the child into the education system up to the age of 7, right? So up to the age of 7, after, because some of the somos are developed, we have discussed in detail in the naturalism, right? Second is the child centered. So under this heading you have to explain in 4 or 5 lines. Naturalism says that education should be a child centered. We have to teach according to the mental level of the child, interest of the child, attitude, aptitude of the child, right? And freedom of the child, we have to give more and more freedom to the child under the naturalism. Okay, so next 4th questions, we do the role of Sikhism in education. Okay, this questions came in last year paper, and this topic is also left, it comes under the Indian school of education, right? We have done the Western school of education, idealism, naturalism, pragmatism, existentialism and Marxism, right? Indian school of education, so we can cover from that also. So role of a Sikhism in education, here you have to define the right little bit about the Sikhism, and you have to focus more and more upon the educational implications of a Sikhism, right? So you have to write that Sikhism is a religion founded during the 15th century in the Punjab region of the Indian subcontinent by the Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Okay, the first guru of the Sikhism was Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and continued to progress through the 10 successive Sikh gurus. Okay, and after then what happened? After the 10th guru, the holy scripture Shri Guru Granth Sahib of the Sikhs was declared as a guru. Okay, this is the philosophy of the Sikhism. Sikhism believe that Guru Granth Sahib is the is declared as a guru. Okay, they worship the Guru Granth Sahib, right? And now here, but under this we have to talk about the what is the role of a Sikhism in education. So according to the Sikhism, according to the Guru Nanak Dev Ji, aims of educations are of a 2 type under the Sikhism. One is individual aims of education, right? given by the first Guru, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and social aims of education are given by the Sikhism, right? What you have to write under the individual aims of education. Under the individual aims of education, Sikhism wants to say that, Sikhism school of philosophy or Sikhism philosophy wants to say that education should be such type that should lead to the development of the self-realization, right? Individual self-realization, so that his full potentials are realized, right? So it talks about the continuous development of the individual. This you have to write under the individual aims of education. And under the social aims of education, it talks about there should be equality in society. Means hence come from the social aim of education. Shri Guru Granth Sahib considers that education, it is a true education which leads to the equality in the society in all respect. Okay, there should be no, difference in the color, caste, creed, and others. So if the questions comes, define the role of a Sikhism in education, you have to define a little bit about the Sikhism, and you have to define the aims of education given by the Sikhism philosophy, individual aims of education and social aims of education, right? Next, this short questions also came in the last year. Meaning of existentialism. Okay, so under this, you have to define about the philosophy of existentialism, right? Existentialism, it talks about the existence, individual existence, freedom and choice. It is a view that humans define their own meaning in life and try to make a rational decision. Okay, and guys, if you define a, at least one definition, you get the full marks. Okay, so try to learn, if it is possible, at least one definitions for a one question. You know that in a paper there are 4 long questions and 10 short questions, right? So total you have to attempt the 14 questions, 4 long questions and 10 short questions. And out of a 14 questions, if you learn at least 4 or 5 or 6 definitions for a one paper, so it is easy to learn. If you define the definitions, you get a good marks. Okay, but while learning the definitions, you have to learn actually each and every point which is given under the definition, and you have to define the definitions under the quotes. For example, according to the Kierkegaard, ठीक है, ये Kierkegaard कौन था? He was the founder of the existentialism, एक philosophical movement आई थी, right? ये Christian Kierkegaard था. So he's according to this, so comma inverted commas, all the definitions should come under the comma inverted commas. Okay. Okay, when you are writing a running in a running way, you can skip sometimes one or two words, but when you are writing a definition, it should be a same like that. Okay, if it's possible, you learn some of the definitions, you get a full marks. Okay, so otherwise under a existentialism, this questions comes, you have to write all about the existentialism definitions, Sartre, and some of the persons who supported this ism. You should know that Kierkegaard, Sartre, supported the existentialism. Similarly, in the same way, in the other isms also, right? So yeah, this is all philosophy of the existentialism. Okay, we can revise that according to the reality. What the existentialism believes, that reality is being or existing of an individual. There is no ultimate reality. When talk about the word, so existentialism, yeah, existentialist say that each person's world is different from the other person's world, right? Means a person creates his own view, his own world, right? Hence, in the existentialism, reality is different from each individual. When talk about the God, so they believe that God does not exist. God is either not powerful, not knowing, or doesn't exist, right? And talk about the knowledge. There was no knowledge before the existence of a man, and there will be no knowledge after him. It was said by the existentialism. So this thing you have to write. All he knows is by choices. So यहाँ पर ना आपको you have to use the word choice, freedom, existence, individual. These things you have to write here. The point of choice is the key choice under the existentialism. You have to learn these words, right? Knowledge originates in and is composed of what exists in the individual's conscious and feeling. तो उसको ये knowledge बोलते हैं, right? Existentialism, what exists in the conscious and feeling. This is called a knowledge. That's why they have said that the point of choice is the key choice. Every reality is different for the different individual, right? And short questions should be of the 2 pages, and when we talk about the long questions, it should be of the 7 pages, right? Yani ki 3 pages main ho gaye, 2 sides of the 3 pages, yani ki 6 page, and one is more 7 pages, right? The more you will write, the more you will get the marks. Because in a B.Ed environment, you have to write, little bit more. Okay. Next, this questions came discuss Islamic traditions briefly, right? In fact, ये हमारा topic भी था. It was, left. Okay. So we cover this topic here. What is the Islamic traditions? So first of all, you know that Islamic is the second largest religion in the world, right? First largest religion क्या है? First largest religion है Christianity, right? Second पे आता है Islam. So first of all, you have to write about the Islamic tradition. It is the second largest religion in the world. It was originated in the 7th century with the Prophet Muhammad Hazrat Sahib. Okay, he was you can say that like in the Sikhism. Okay, we talk about the first guru was the Guru Nanak, and when we talk about the Bible and we talk about the Jesus, right? And when talk about the Islamic, we have to mention that with the Prophet Muhammad Hazrat Sahib. Okay, Malab, all the Muslims, they believe in this, but you should know this philosophy, what this philosophy says. The main philosophy of Islam says that Allah has created this universe, right? Allah is a shapeless, omnipresent, and powerful. Allah is only the one. No one is equal to Allah. There are also many spirits created by Allah, and at the end, they all go back to Allah. Right, guys? Guys, when you start learning every religion with unbiased, you will come to know that every religion talks about the one God. When you talk about the Bible, Jesus has also said that in the beginning was the word was with God, the word is God, right? Jesus talks about the one God, right? Here in the Islamic traditions, they also talk about the one God, but they have said that, God, they have, they say the Allah, right? So they wants to say that God is one, omnipresent, okay? And they also said that Allah is Rabbe Alameen. Okay, they didn't say that Muslimin, Rabbe Muslimin, right? They said that Rabbe Alameen means God has, created all the soul, each and everything is created by the Allah. Right? So this is the main philosophy of Islam. And what next you have to write? You have to write that in the beginning, there under the Islamic tradition, in the beginning, there was only one form of a Islamic religion, but later many communities developed in it. But similarly, when the Jesus was alive, okay, so there was no Christian over there. Christianity, I think, it came, this religion, we belong to the Christianity. It was not according to the time of the Jesus. It came later on. So similarly, in the Islamic traditions, earlier it was a one form, but later, many forms came, many communities developed. So you should know that, and you have to write under these questions, under the Islamic traditions, according to the 4 communities. 4 communities are important. And what are the name? Sunni, Shia, Sufi, and Al-Hadith. Sunni, Shia, Sufi, and Al-Hadith. Sunni jo community thi, Sunni community forces on the worship Allah. Malab they are busy, they are in the process of worshipping the Allah, right? Shia forces on the sanitations of a body and purity of a mind. So Shia jo community thi, they gives the emphasis on the purity of the body and mind. Means they are a very particular what they have to eat, on what time they have to eat. Okay. matlab they are in the process that there should be a sanitations of a body and purity of a mind. Okay. And Sufi forces maximum of the knowledge. जो Sufi community थी, that comes under the Islamic tradition. Okay, later on developed. Starting में there was a one Islamic religion. तो Sufi जो community थी, it talks about the maximum of the knowledge. You have seen that in Islamic traditions when you talk about the Sufis, right? They have the lot of knowledge. They always talk about they talk about knowledge. They talk about God. They are in the process of a singing. They are in the process of a praying each and everything with the with the songs, with the bhajans. Hana, you have seen that. And similarly, al hadith forces maximum of equality. This thing you can understand. I give you the one example. For example, in a in this Christianity, okay, some they believe to the Jesus, huh? And some they are worshipping the mother of a Jesus, Mother Mary, huh? There are also many ritual in the Christianity. Similarly, in the Islamic, similarly you will find these things in Hinduism, this thing in the Sikhism. Okay, but when you learn all of the spiritual granths with unbiased, you will come to know that everything is talking about one God, right? And again, we move on. Overall, all of them believe in one Allah. Consider Hazrat Muhammad Sahib as the last Rasul prophet of Allah, and consider Quran Sharif their religious text. Quran Sharif, you have to remember. Okay, sacred book of Islamic tradition is Quran Sharif, like Bible in Christianity, Gita in Hinduism, and Guru Granth Sahib under the Sikhism. Okay. Again, you have to discuss some of the traditions, some of the rituals. Okay, by the Islamic traditions. Namaz 5 times in a day. It is a worship of Allah. Okay, they worship the God 5 times in a day. Okay, they go in the process of a namaz. Zakat means donation. Okay, they believe that we should give the donations in the name of Allah. Okay, another ritual is that keep fast in the holy month of a Ramzan and celebrate Eid. And you have seen that there is a holy month of Ramzan, when like we say that Good Friday, on that time Jesus, before the when he was so similarly wo holy month unko bolte hain Ramzan. So this they go on fasting in whole of the month and celebrate Eid after the end of the month Ramzan, and read namaz together on this day and express equality, fraternity, and love by necking each other. They consider Hajj. Okay, you have to define a Hajj. There is a one place in the country of a Makkah. This is called a Kaaba Sharif. Okay, when the any Muslim go over there, they are known as a Haji. Okay, and they believe in the Shariat. Because why I'm going into the detail, because if this questions comes in a long way, so then you have to define all the things, right? But in a short, you can define in a one line, but in a long way you have to fill the 6 or 7 sheets. So you have to define in the in a more, you have to stretch the questions, you have to make the heading and write the explanations. Okay, they believe in the Shariat. Shariat kya hai Muslims ke andar? You have to understand Shariat, basically they believe on the Shariat, social law based on the religion, and follow it. Okay, they don't go against the Shariat. Okay, what is written in the Shariat, they go according to that. But similarly, for example, first we finish marriage rituals under the Islamic. Under the marriage rituals, witnesses observe the groom's formal offer of a marriage and the bride's acceptance of it. Means jo dhula hota hai, right? The person, the boy offers a marriage, and the girl hoti hai accepted. There is a no elaborate ceremony. The wali maha is the reception, which includes music and dancing, right? तो ये these words ना you have to remember, right? You have to remember Walimi, Shariat, Ramzan, Hajj, Zakat, Namaz. If you write these words, so you get the full marks. Okay, so this is all about the Islamic traditions. For example, I was talking about the rituals. For example, there are many rituals, many prayers in our Christianity. Hana? Sometimes we say that if anybody has gone, Hana, anybody has passed, so we have the different prayers on the different things, Hana, on. Similarly, they have the different kind of a rituals. This is all about the rituals of Islamic traditions. Okay, this question also came. Any three principles of a Sankhya philosophy, right? So this topic is also missed in our lecture. So it is an Indian school of a philosophy, Sankhya philosophy. Okay, called the Sankhya philosophy. So guys, Sankhya is the one of the oldest philosophy, right? It advocates the two ultimate reality. Okay, here you have to say two ultimate reality, right? Idealism talks about the ultimate reality. Pragmatism says that there is no ultimate reality. Reality is relative. Naturalism says that reality is in the nature, right? Existentialism says that reality is in the existence, right? Similarly, Sankhya philosophy says that, according to the Sankhya philosophy, which is one of the oldest Indian philosophy, it says that reality is of two kinds. Ultimate reality is of a two kind. One is Prakriti, second is Purush, right? Prakriti means matter, means nature, and Purush means spirit. Okay, Prakriti means matter. Matter is a non-living element and responsible for manifestations and diversity. And Purush means soul, जो हमारे अंदर है, spirit है. Spirit is a living element which are the eternal remain passive. Okay, we understand further. Okay, what he talks about Prakriti means he talks about two ultimate reality, Prakriti and Purush. Prakriti means matter, non-living element, and Purush means self living element. Okay, and when they came contact with each other, creation created. Got it? Means Sankhya philosophy wants to say that how this creation has created. He says that before the creation there was a Prakriti and Purush. When they came contact with each other, universe creation created. And three principles of a Sankhya philosophy which you have to remember, right? What are the three principles? The number one, this creation is made up of combinations of a Prakriti and Purush. Okay, this point you have understood. Okay, Prakriti, you have to define the Prakriti, you have to define the Purush, and you have to define the when they came in contact with each other, the universe created. Right? Next principle, human is a combination of a Prakriti and Purush. Sankhya philosophy wants to say that what we are basically came from the two reality from Prakriti and Purush. We are made up of a combinations of a Prakriti and Purush. Okay, and ultimate objectives of a human birth is a salvation. And our ultimate जो है objective है वो human birth क्या है? It is a salvation. Right, guys? So in a detail, it is written in the notes. So this I have discussed the short answer questions. Ab long answer questions, I clear you with the help of a notes which I have given to you. So we do directly from the notes long answer questions, right? Thank you so much, guys.